Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously, are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. Yeah, hello? Who? Look, can you just cut to the chase already? What's this about? I can't believe this is happening. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No! He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? That's true. You have come this far already. Galbank doesn't have an undercover division. Can we stop playing games and get down to serious business here? What the hell? Dombrowski has us mixed up with the Crimson Fleet? Alright, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
You know, if I had a credit for every time I heard a criminal say I had the perfect scheme all worked out, I'd be a damn millionaire.
Yeah, well, it was perfect. Foolproof. Until I trusted that asshole. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime. I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say that I'd be sent to prison for a long time if Galbank figured it out. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. Oh, I know. he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer? You won't do that. You're here because you've got some kind of side hustle in the works. If you wanted to blow the whistle, you would have boarded this ship with the authorities. I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their comnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
You do hear the words you're saying, right? Well, maybe self-reflection ain't her strong suit.
Where the hell do you get off judging me? You don't know that asshole like I do, okay? Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
Glad to have you aboard. Welcome to the purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today? Have a safe journey.
Sorry. Do I... Look, I think you're... I really don't have time. Oh my god. I told Larry to... Look, I've been... What's it gonna take to... If I give you dirt on it... If you had another way to get the information... What the hell? Honestly... Alright. You know... Larry and I had the
You know, if I had a credit for it...
Yeah, well... I didn't know who the hell you were. It's called playing it cool. You should try. I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, angry. Larry got together with my... I doctored the train. It was going well and... Oh, I know. At the same time, I was going to confront him back on all expenses. If you wanted to blow the... I wish I had some. Maybe you should... If he doesn't want to... Good luck. I wrote a computer out. Then the algorithm. The best part is... So... What do you think is going... I'm using that gulp. Let's get one thing...
Hey, if that's what it takes to bring him down, why not?
Dombrowski is a piece... The plan's always... Not bad for a... What, are you... Vera, work... And Dombrowski? You need top... I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome...
They're not taking any chances with the passengers' goodies.
Welcome to
Okay,
the
blame 'em.
purser's office. An excellent question. My responsibility, honestly. Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage resistant. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide to retrieve them from our safe. I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. I'm sorry, it's against Trident policy to discuss. I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? I'd like to think so. Maybe. Need to think about it. I haven't agreed to anything. I appreciate your interest, but I'm forbidden to disclose any personal information.
They're not taking any chances with the passengers' goodies.
I'd like to
Not that I blame them.
Welcome to the An excellent question. My responsibility. Honestly. Oh, absolutely. The safe is in the even. So. I've only seen it. Unfortunately. Is there anything else? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise. Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory. An excellent question. My responsibility. Honestly, I really... Oh, absolutely. The safe is in the even more... So, as you... I'm sorry. I don't want to lose my... I wish I... I'm the one you got. Sorry, but I can't. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you... Glad to have you aboard. I'm sorry, it's... I don't want to lose my... Not happening. I appreciate that, but the answer is still no. Don't forget to tell you. On behalf of Trident Luxury, I'm sorry. I don't want to lose my... I hear you. No, I can't. You may think so, but I don't. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you...
You're, you're something else.
Please let me know if your voyage... I'm sorry, it's again... I don't want to lose my job. Not happening. I don't think so. On behalf of Trident Luxury, I'm sorry. I don't want to lose my... Not happening. Is this... I'm still willing to... Yeah. No, it's not. I appreciate your interest, but I'm forbidden to disclose. Glad to have you aboard. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose. Sorry. Look. No, I can't. I appreciate your interest, but I'm forbidden to disclose. Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way. On behalf of Trident Lux, I'm sorry. I don't want to lose my... I'm glad you understand. I'm trying to be reasonable. I mean, it might be okay. All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up with some very dangerous people. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message he received from someone named Delgado. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet, as in pirates. Can you believe it? If we want to grab it, the slate should still be in his quarters. Somewhere. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable.
ground, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
So what brings you aboard?
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? Not happening. Okay, I get it. I just need a second to think. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
Please remember to obey all post... Reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that it... But something tells me you're... Oh, I work for UC Security. To be honest, it might not be as... What is this all about? You mean specifically? We monitor all of the mate. You're asking a lot of strange questions. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
Really well done. You almost sounded believable. Almost.
Worried? Why should I be worried? Anything you try to report will boil down to your word. And since I work for UCC...
Some folk never leave their hometown.
An open bar would have been nice. Trident's gouging us for
I
every
told you
credit
to
we've
stay
got.
out of my way. I meant it.
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Oh, absolutely. No, it certainly didn't. but at least we know you've caught him on the back foot. There's clearly something going on between Vera, Swiss, and Dombrowski. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dombrowski heads for the... Besides, you already want... No. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency. This is one of Trident's premier starliners. That means it has the best of everything, including a triple redundancy life support system. They installed a backup for the backup. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the all clear, which I won't.
That...
You don't need to know it. One more thing. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey. Anyway, I better start packing. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United. Underneath, he's a greedy. Come to think of it. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. There's access. Chief Sundin should be there. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked. Go do something useful, okay?
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events.
Why do they... even bother logging it?
We have a range of excursions available at all of our destinations. All the details are in your cabin.
A Starview pass is required to enter the main ballroom.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Here for business or pleasure?
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times.
If you want to dine at Captain Rokoff's during dinner service, it's only an additional 5,000 credits.
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview ballroom. It's breathtaking. Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to ship like the siren.
This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels. Hell of a ship, isn't it? Captain Rokoff is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked with. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
Shouldn't you be on your way to Sunday?
Captain Rokoff said you're allowed in any other.
Every time I see a lock, I wonder, what are you hiding? Hey, look at me. Hacking and me don't mix.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously. Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship.
Passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey. The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items.
You're a guest of Captain Rukov, right? Welcome aboard. Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of the leftovers from the dining area buffets.
least this looks like a ship.
Hold up.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if they had mates in the rounds here.
Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Yeah, a little. Don't get me wrong. I'm the Siren's chief. Of course, this... Unfortunately, that... Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long hauler for years and the experience. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get-rich-quick schemes. It's all the guy ever thinks about. Why he decided to be a Starliner captain, I'll never know. It's almost like he craves being around money. Tell you what, though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't mind gambling them when we play cards. I'm the Siren's chief. Of course, this beauty, unfortunately, that... Remember not to touch anything, please.
Oh, no more music? I was hoping to show my dance moves.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. Doesn't take a genius to deduce you're the one that's responsible. I locked onto you from the moment you entered the ballroom, and I've watched you trying to clock Dombrowski. After we spoke, I had a feeling you'd pull a stunt like this. You want me to help you? Are you completely out of your mind? I help you by handing over evidence, and I end up incriminating myself. Why would I do that?
And remain there until you receive further instructions.
Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think I'd make a deal with Claudio Dombrowski without having a little insurance policy of my own, did you? Huh? If I've learned anything in my years at the corporate fraud division, it's always have an exit strategy. Claudia said that. You sure? That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail. Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates. Thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will. I was wondering if you were the cause of... It's time you... Doesn't take a genius. I locked on after we spoke. I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough to have gotten mixed up with the Crimson Fleet. Still, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over any evidence? was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough to have gotten mixed up. I was wondering if you were the cause of the It's time you stop. You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence? Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think I'd make it. If I've learned anything in my... I don't know where you got that info. That means my money's already gone. I'd love to see... Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. We're talking as... It was my little Dombrowski had the author. I let Claudia...
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide...
At least I walk away with something.
Please report to your
Here,
cabins
with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised. Well, on the other, that's... I wasn't lying when... All I can tell you... I mean, Ikande's load... Wait a moment. Just because I'm helping... How else am I gonna... No. You better tell Dombrowski to run. Because if you don't kill him, I will.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper bird's-eye view of the situation, do you? I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this spider's web, but this situation demands swift and resolute action.
Emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor, Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. You may as well ask, I see. That certainly places a damper on our negotiations. Perhaps I can hasten my diatribe to temper your violence-ridden contribution. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
You know, when my number gets called up, I hope I handle it like this guy. I'm impressed, really.
All passengers
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point. Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. Oh, it appears we've reached an accord. And may I say, it was a pleasure conversing with an intellectual equal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction. This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Sandino. But hey, you got the job done.
Report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. Of course. I understand completely. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Dover Beach. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship
Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency.